Okay, so we got a deal that we're going to analyze and then try to call in the same training here. So the seller found me just through Facebook. So let's see, show you guys what I do. So he found me through Facebook, I believe, uh through posting properties. So I have content here, and all my content talks about on the bottom, I'm buying properties, we're buying properties, send us your deal, send us an email. And then as well, we're also posting deals that we have in Chicago area. And we post in all the Facebook groups too. So he said he found me on Facebook and he saw that I had a deal in Riverdale, near his area. So this is how I found this deal. Okay. And he basically got this property from he purchased the taxes, right? So he purchased the taxes and then the owner didn't pay their taxes and he was able to redeem it. So that's how he bought this property here. And he just got it a few months ago in February. Okay. So here's the property, 4320 normal. We did already get pictures and video of it. I'm gonna just go through the pictures here so you can see it's looks cosmetic. You see the kitchen needs updating, needs new kitchen, needs new bathroom. Floors look good, walls look good. So this is the basement. The basement, it probably needs new flooring, paint, uh, new bathroom, update the bathroom. And then utility room. We have a video and then the outside, pictures of the outside. So the roof looks good, the outside looks good. And so the property looks pretty decent shape. It's a three bedroom, two bath. Here's the garage. So of course we're gonna use our CRM. We just literally talked just a few minutes ago, so I haven't entered everything in the CRM yet. So what I'm gonna do is go into the CRM and come up with the offers on this training here. So I go to leads, I'm gonna go to create lead. So his name is Marvin Walker. His address, I have his do I have his email? Yeah, he emailed. I got his email. He emailed me the inspection report. So there were some issues on that report. So some cities, they do a point of sale inspection before you can transfer the deed. The city comes out, inspects the property, lets you know all the problems you have to fix when you purchase it. So that's what Riverdale does as well. They make you do a point of sale inspection. Okay. And I have and this is his number here. We just talked. Wait, 312-6264. Okay, so when you're talking to the seller, you should be in PropWire or maybe X Leads if you have X Leads. Um, and then that way you're just, verifying all their information and how much they owe on the property and all that. So if I put this property into X Leads here, you'll see, he's the owner, Marvin Walker. This is the guy I'm talking to. So you can see all the information on it, right? Like he just bought it cash. He is an absentee owner, it's owned free and clear. So there's no mortgage. So you can see that all that right here. What's cool about XLease too is you got this AI thing that gives you summary of the property. So it tells you is an absentee owner, tells you it's free and clear, tells you there's no loans on it. It tells you the after their estimate after rehab value. I don't go by that. I get it myself. I'm gonna show you how to do that. Um, I don't think their numbers are accurate yet. Well, hopefully one day they will be. So he owns this company, DM Inventors here, and you can see all the information here. It's on the property. So he told me there's a 3-bed, 2-bath, and right here it says 2-bed, 1-bath. So I verified that with him. He said the basement was finished, it had a bedroom and a bathroom down there. And so it's a 3-bed, 2-bath total. Now, so what you want to do is you want to, when you're on the phone with the seller, you're verifying the information here, right? Use your things to look out for in Chicago. Is your basement finished, unfinished? Is there a garage, right? Those are important things in Chicago. Whereas, like, if you're in Florida, you probably want to verify, if they got a pool, right? The pool makes it more attractive to more valuable, right? So here you'll see property taxes. So he bought it from the tax auction recently, so it's not showing the last sale because he bought it from the tax auction. So you can see here, um, January 14, 2025. It says right here that he basically paid for the taxes. The seller didn't redeem them, and then he was able to purchase the property. Okay. And it says here unfinished basement. So someone must have finished it, maybe didn't pull permits and all that. And we verify that with the inspection report. So where's that report? So the report says the basement basically wasn't done with permitted. So well, guess what you have to do? You have to get all that inspected by the city, get approved electrical, plumbing, got all that approved again. And yeah, you're gonna have to open up walls and all that. So I told them it's probably you're gonna have to take the basement out and redo it again, right? So that's gonna be, yes, the property, we saw the pictures, it looks cosmetic, but when you gotta do all that, then it turns into more of a gut, you're gut rehabbing the basement, right? So I'm just gonna, so what we use mainly is Redfin to get the comps. So if you go to Redfin, put the address in, go to this map, nearby homes for sale. And then you're gonna go to sold in the last 6 months. Similar type house is a single family, so single family. And then this is 912 square feet. So we're trying to look at properties like within 15%. So similar square footage. So I'm gonna go, so 15% of 900 would probably be around a little bit over 100. So we're at 1001 and under. And you'll see I have only 3 comps here. Then I want to price it from high to low because I want to see the highest sold. So if you have like 10 good comps right here within 3-block radius, which what Redfin does, you can stop there and just use those comps. But this one only has so this one at 120, it looks like it is partially, yeah, it is rehab. If I zoom out to half a mile, so the appraisers will go half a mile up to a mile out. So you see now I have 10 comps. So this is a better picture of the sold comparables in the area. So right here we got one at 220. But yeah, if I finish the basement, I may be able to add 1 or 2 bedrooms down there to make it a 4-bed, 2-bath. So you see this property, it's in really good shape. That's what we're looking for. How much it's going to be worth after I rehab it and fix it all up. So we got 220, 206, one, and then 169 is the next one. And this one is not fully rehab. It's in good shape, but it's not new like the other two, right? So I go back to the CRM. I can plug in the comps here, 220, 206, and then 169, right? Those are the 3 highest within a half-mile radius. Then I also need square footage to get the right offer. So I need to plug in 912, and then it's a full basement. So if it's usually it's a full basement, it's going to be the same square footage as the first level. Okay. So to get the offers, I need square footage. I need the condition. We got pictures and videos already. So it's kind of in between like a cosmetic and a gut, right? Because I need to finish that whole basement, probably take it all out and redo it, right? Because it's the permit issue with the city, right? So I'm gonna go with gut because the basement needs to be gutted, taken out. So it's first level needs cosmetic, second level the basement needs a gut rehab, right? And the outside looks to be in decent condition. So we're gonna go with gut rehab. So to get the offers, we need to just get square footage, get condition, and then the comps. And we're not gonna make a owner financing rent to own offer on this because it needs work. You can't rent it out as is. If I were gonna make a rent to own owner finance offer, it'd have to be like perfect shape. I don't need to do any work to it, right? And then I want to enter my wholesale fee in here, what I want to make. And then you'll see the offers down here. So you see the ARV 198. You see the rehab cost 54,000. You'll see the cash offer. So when you're talking to the seller, you can say, yeah, we got a rehab cost at 54,000. We got our ARV at 198. So you can use these numbers here, right? So I'm at 74,113. But I want to check. I always tell you guys to double check everything active on the market. So I'm gonna go to switch this to active. I'm going to square footage, put that no max because if I see a bigger house selling cheaper, I want to see that. Then now I'm pricing it from low to high, and then I'm going to zoom out to be a mile radius. So if you zoom out twice inside of Redfin, it's about a mile radius. Okay. And what I'm looking for is something similar to my property that's selling cheaper if it's on the market. Can an investor come into this market and buy a cheaper property than mine, right? So this is a short sale. So short sales, I wouldn't consider these because they purposely put the price very low. They submit the offer to the bank, and usually the bank will come up, like for example, let's say we submit this offer at 55. The bank 3, 4, 5 months later will say, we can't do 55, but we'll do 90, right? Or 100. So you never know what these are going to sell for, right? And right here, this 55 comp, this is a frame. So frames are a lot less valuable than bricks in this area. That's why you need to know your market. You need to know, so I wouldn't comp that frame. This is an auction property, so same thing like short sales. The starting bid price is 56, but it can get bidded all the way up to 70, 80, 90 grand, right? So this is active. And then here we got one at 66. This is Harvey though. So you can see this is a different city altogether, right? So this is a different city. I wouldn't use those. What you could do in Redfin is if you just type in the city or the neighborhood, you can get a nice border around it. So I'm not seeing anything I don't want to see. So that can go back to single families, price low to high. So now I'm seeing only everything from Riverdale, right? Instead of Harvey. So the cheapest one might be is this one, 75. So 3-1. It looks like there's no pictures really, so I can't really tell the condition. I'm gonna assume this is a gut rehab too. So this is 75. So I need to beat this guy. So 75,000. So you see, I'm at 74 and I got a wholesale fee of 10. So I'm gonna try to sell this thing for 85 when an investor can just go in this market and buy this cheaper deal in the same area, probably the same condition as this property. And then there's other properties selling for 80. That's almost in the same condition as ours, and then 94. So I need to be lower, right? So the CRM automatically has a 70% ARV reduction. So let's go to 65%. So if I want to be the cheapest deal in this area, I need to be selling at like 74, right? To wholesale it, right? So right here, 64 with a 10 grand wholesale fee, 74, right? So that would be our max offer. right? So 65%. And of course, with our hedge fund buyer, the 65% is where we need to be at as well in order to purchase. And let's say, for example, let's say we looked at all the actives, and let's say the cheapest active was selling for 110 or 120, some high number, right? In that situation, I can change my ARV percentage reduction to 75%. So you see what that does? It makes my cash offer a lot higher. So I'm more competitive. I can possibly get the deal, right? So now I'm at 84,000, right? But this situation that we're in now, we're at 65%. So we're going to be at a 64,000 offer and a wholesale fee of 10 grand. So in this situation, that's going to be our max offer. So I'm going to save this. Then I'm going to go to email. Then I'm going to go to for offer letter of intent and then prepare my offers, right? So before I call them back, I have my offers ready. So I can't make the rent to own Airbnb offer, so I'm gonna get rid of all the Airbnb language and rent to own language on the bottom. So only use this if you're doing the rent to own offers. I'm gonna get rid of option 5, which is Airbnb. I'm gonna get rid of the rent to own offers. So these are my options. I have 64 cash, or I can do option listing at 123 696, right? And this could potentially be a hedge fund offer where we buy it ourselves at 65%. Um, they might be a little lower than that, but this is going to be also the wholesale offer. Okay. So we're going to see if we can call the seller back, see if they'll answer. I'm going to the county website just to make sure that basement was not permitted.
Your call has been forwarded to voicemail. The person you're trying to reach is not available. At the tone, please record your message. When you have finished recording, you may hang up.
Hey, Marvin, Russell Walker, give me a call. I wanted to discuss, yeah, I just finished looking at the videos and the video walkthrough and pictures and everything. And just going over that inspection report to get an accurate rehab estimate on this. So give me a call when you get a chance, 773-417-6988. Thank you. So the best thing to do is get them live on the phone. Well, the number one thing to do is get them live in person, like to negotiate and get the contract signed if you can, if you're local, right? I'm in Florida, he's over there in Riverdale. I can't do that. But the next best thing is get them live on the phone, if you can, right? Like now, let's say that this guy doesn't call me back and I'm playing phone tag with him for like 2 or 3 days. At that point, I'm going to text the offer and email the offer one at a time to the seller. I'm going to send the cash offer if they don't respond. My goal is to get them on the phone and make all the offers on one phone call. And I'm going to start with one offer, cash offer. If he doesn't accept that, I'm going to go and move to the next offer. And of course, he already told me he's at 80,000, right? So he already said a number. He said 80,000 I'll take. So I'm not going to offer 123 on this offer. I'm going to offer 80, right? Why? Because why would I offer more? Because the lower you get the price, the more money you can make, the faster you can sell the property. So you should never so my cash offer is 64, he's at 80. I'm gonna try to negotiate him down to 64. Hopefully he'll come down. But he's already at 80, so I know this offer works. The option listing offer where, hey, you can net your 80. What we'll do is we'll be able to send the property to our network of investors, but we also want to utilize listing it on the MLS. So you net your 80, we add our fee on top. We pay, you don't have to do any repairs. You're selling it as is. You don't pay any realtor commissions. You don't pay any closing costs, closing fees. We take care of all that, right? So those are the two options on this deal. Okay. So I was hoping he'd call me back on this call, but he hasn't. So that's how we got a lead in, how we analyzed it, how we came up with the offers. And like I said, I wouldn't trust these numbers here. So you see that the wholesale offer is 97. So if I just trusted these numbers blindly and got it under contract at 97, I probably wouldn't be able to even sell it, right? So um these numbers, of course the creator of this says that they're accurate, but they're not. You still have to use Redfin. One day, hopefully the AI will have accurate numbers 100%, and then that way our job will be a lot easier. So, but for now, I recommend using Redfin, getting the comps, and doing it how we showed in this training today, okay? So I'm gonna end the training here.